Alright, Sam, today we're going to cover a couple of things. The first thing is I'm going to teach you all the different parts of a clarinet, how to put it together. Then we're going to make what's called like an open crow sound, which is an F sharp, and it's just to get familiarized with how to play with the mouthpiece of a clarinet. And then I'm going to put it all together and teach you how to play an open G. Alright?
Sweet.
So I'm going to give you this clarinet case. The very first thing for beginners is to make sure that you open it the right way, which is kind of tricky sometimes. So a lot of the times you look for wherever the label is, and if it's on top, then that's how you open it up. This case is a little bit different because there are actually labels on both sides. So how you're going to look at it is there are numbers here on the lock system. You're just going to make sure that it's facing up. So I'm going to give this to you, and very carefully, yep, it's up. So put that on your lap and open the case up very carefully. Yeah, you have to twist them a little bit. And so I'm just going to walk you through really quickly the different parts of the clarinet. This is the first part that we put together. It's the bell. What is it?
Bell.
The bell. Yeah, the bell.
Oh, I thought you said belt.
No, it's bell. So that's the first part that we have, and that's the bottom of the clarinet. This piece right here is the lower joint. We have a lower joint and we have an upper joint. So you're going to take this part of the lower joint and just really carefully twist those together. You can give it a little bit more force than that. Yeah, it's just a twisting motion. And make sure that they line all the way up together. Awesome. Yep, that's perfect. So then we're going to take this part of the clarinet, and this is called the upper joint. And the thing about this is that you have to, right here, is what we call a bridge key. And you see how I'm pushing that up? You see how this little part pulls up a little bit? So what happens if I don't pull this up? If I try to put these two together, these keys are going to jam. They're going to hit each other. So you have to make sure that you're holding the bridge key up when you put the two joints together, and it gives a little bit of force. There you go. Awesome. So our next piece of the clarinet is called the barrel. Let's review very quickly. So this is the barrel. What is this?
Upper joint, lower joint, bell.
The bell. Very good. So the way that the barrel works is that there's a side that's a little bit wider. That's going to be on the bottom of it, so I'll let you twist that in. Takes a little bit. So these are old clarinets. All right, and then this last part is the mouthpiece. So this silver thing on here is called the ligature. It's what we use to keep the reed in place when we put it in. Right now I'm not going to have I'm going to put this on before I put the reed on, but I'm going to just have you twist this. So this part of the ligature should be on the front of the clarinet, because this is where we're going to slide our reed into, and that should match up with the back of the clarinet. So I'll let you do that really quickly. Awesome. All right. Okay, so very quickly, I should have made you do this before, but what you're going to do with the reed, so you always want to make sure that it's wet, so just like really carefully put this side of it in your mouth and just put it on your tongue. You don't want to bite down on it, but yeah, just like soak it. Yeah.
That good?
Yeah, and then I would just swap sides, just make sure the other sides. But as well, I'll take this case off your lap. So the reason we do that is that it needs to vibrate. So I'm going to teach you very quickly how to put the reed in. We loosen the screws on the ligature, and we don't take it off the mouthpiece. We just carefully slide it up. So you're going to take the round part of the reed, and that's going to be facing out. So the brand should be on the, like, hitting the flesh of the inside of the instrument, and just really, really carefully slide that up, because we don't want the reed to chip. And you're going to slide it all the way up till it meets the very top of this. Hold that in place. Actually, I'm going to push it up a little bit more. There you go. And we pull the ligature all the way down, and then you very carefully tighten the screws. Awesome. All right, now that we've done that, I'm actually going to have you take these two pieces of the clarinet and take them apart. There you are. Set this on your lap really quickly. We call this our resting position. So the first thing about playing the clarinet is that it takes a lot of breath, so you want to make sure that you're on the edge of your seat. I know these are rocking chairs, so it's a little bit harder. So make sure your feet are kind of flat on the floor. I'm going to teach you really quickly how to create good embouchure. Do you know what that is?
Kinda.
Okay, embouchure is used in woodwind technique because it's a mixture of how you shape your mouth, your tongue, and breath to create a sound on an instrument. They use it in brass, they use it in woodwind instruments. So for clarinet, I won't put this on my mouth, but I'll just show you. I'm just going to have you put your 3 fingers on your left hand here. You want to make sure that it's at a 45-degree angle. Sitting up straight, make sure your chin stays level, because if your chin's down like that, you won't get ample breath support. And how it works is you're going to take your front teeth and put them over the piece of the mouthpiece, and they should probably be about right there on it. So not super far down on the clarinet, just a little bit past the tip. And then what's going to be really weird is you're going to take your lower lip and pull it up over your bottom teeth. And then pull it together, pull your lips together. So I like to think of it almost like an umlaut. So like if you were to take one of those tiny like putt-putt golf balls and put it in your mouth, and then think of putting your tongue in an E position. It was like, ooh, and make sure that your lips are in. But the thing that makes it weird about that is you're gonna actually jut this lip out a little bit.
Okay.
And your front teeth are gonna be sticking out on the clarinet. So it'll look kind of like, I won't put my mouth on it, but.
Okay.
So make sure lips tucked in, high E placement with the tongue because we don't want it to get in the way, and then front teeth on the edge of that. So it takes a lot more breath than you think it does. So just try to think, when you're playing like this, I would push air across the reed. That's the best way of thinking about it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to let you try that very quickly. Yeah, make sure that your hands there and a 45-degree angle. So just place very quickly. Place your teeth where you think that they're supposed to be, but make sure you're not going to bite down on the clarinet.
Okay.
So pucker your lips a little bit and push it together. It's almost like you're smiling, but your lips can't move.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll let you try that.
Wait, am I supposed to close my lips onto it?
Yeah, so your bottom lip should be hitting the reed. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Try to think about dropping your jaw a little bit. And so I can see that you're breathing from here. Breathe from here. That's closer. Yeah, make sure that your lips stay in.
Okay.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try thinking about. So you have, place your teeth where you think they're going to be again. Mm-hmm. But bring it down.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep lips in. And it's almost like a, you see how my jaw, mm-hmm.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so very quickly, do you want to try that one more time to feel comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see how much breath?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more than you think. Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So I'm just going to reattach the barrel and the mouthpiece very quickly. And very easy beginner fingering. So you're going to take your left hand. Your left hand's always going to be on top on the clarinet. You're going to put your back thumb on this key right here. And then your big 3 fingers are going to go on this tone hole, and this tone hole. And you want to make sure that they're always rounded like this, because flat fingers can have, like when you're reaching, it'll create trouble. So make sure that they're nice and curved. And then your right hand, your thumb's going to rest under this position right here. And then your big 3 fingers go right here on these tone holes.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you try that very quickly. Yep. So while I just taught you that, the note that you're about to play doesn't use any of these keys. It's called open G because it doesn't have any of the tone holes covered. That being said, just lift your fingers up very gently from those areas. So as the clarinetist, clarinet players keep their hands in that position because they're switching notes so often that removing your hands and then trying to like scramble to put them back together, it would be too hard. So they just kind of lift them up away from the tone holes. Okay, so it's the same idea. Put your teeth. Keep corners in. And think about dropping your jaw and just expanding with air.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to try that one more time?
Sure.
And so if I were to keep going with this, in order to think a little bit up a higher pitch, you just push the air up a little bit higher, and that's like the smiling technique, because lifting, so you're dropping your jaw, but you're lifting up with your cheekbones. It's kind of a complex contradiction of ideas, but that's how you keep pitch in it. So do you want to try that really quickly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So you did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.